Hi, my name is Susan Brown. I'm the founder and CEO of Ring True and Token of Me, featured on Unicorn Hunters, because we have a few unicorns we'd like to share with Whoop. Recently, I flew to Las Vegas specifically to hear Alexi Coffey, your VP of Product at Whoop, speak at the Consumer Electronics Show. And while she spoke, I got measurable goosebumps multiple times. And here's why. Alexi talked about innovation being needed at Whoop in order to unlock performance in everyone, and not just professional athletes, and not just physical performance, but emotional and mental well-being. Well, at Ring True, we're pioneers at measuring what makes you ring true and flow your best. We unlock the secrets to physical, emotional, and mental performance in real time. And we would like to share these discoveries with Whoop. To find these answers, we had to go way beyond measuring strain and recovery with sleep metrics. For the past 6 years, we researched heart power, coherent energy, and flow states in the moment while users were engaged in life. We discovered biometric patterns and formulas for peak performance and flow states in real time, not just reverse engineered predictive values from their sleep or their journal entries. Most of our breakthroughs came from meditation and experiences that gave us goosebumps and just focusing on gratitude and appreciation in the present moment. Some of the very things that help Will overcome some challenges and turn Whoop into a success. During our research, I filed a handful of patents on how to determine peak flow states in real time and their correlations to various metrics and activities. You can see these on my LinkedIn profile, including 6 others that have already been issued. My journey started with Steve Jobs, who was my mentor. Steve inspired me to get my electrical engineering and computer science degrees from Berkeley and come work for Apple, where I designed twisted pair Ethernet into the Mac motherboards for the first time ever. Since then, I have co-founded 4 startups with 4 successful exits. My co-founder is Mohan Kumar, a leading expert in biotech, wearables, and blockchain gaming. Together, Mohan and I wanted to determine how to measure peak performance and wellness during the day and in real time. Well, there aren't very many studies on peak performance because virtually all scientific studies are done on unwellness or illness. But there was this one study, this private report that was given to us by one of our advisors, Dr. Jared Spencer, a professional sports coach advising athletes in the NBA, the NFL, and some Olympic athletes. And this private study was done at a tennis academy many years ago. They wanted to determine what's the difference between the top 25 players and the top 5. All really good, but there must be some measurable difference. Of course, they looked at their diet, how long they played, their coaching style, even their HRV metric when they woke up that morning. But none of these correlated with the top 5. But there was one thing they noticed. It was their thinking and their feeling between shots. The ones that were less discouraged if they missed a shot and were more resilient performed better. I'll get the next one. I love this game. But there was something else. The top performers spent more time in coherent states and less time in discoherence. But how did they measure that? After all, the resting heart rate and HRV are not very meaningful or reliable metrics during the day, especially if you're out there running around being intensely physically active. And even excitement can be misinterpreted as stress. So they increased the sampling rates and they looked at the data differently to see if they could measure their power and their life force energy in the frequency and the energy domains. And the results were a bit counterintuitive and hard to believe at first. The top 5 players appeared to have more power in their performance than their bodies were exerting. But how can this be? How do you get more gain with less pain and better performance with less effort? And how were these athletes tapping into this free energy? Well, what they found is these top players who had better results and better performance had metrics that looked like they were either experiencing goosebumps or meditating while playing. So we replicated these tests with meditators using a soul compass that we developed, and we got the same results as the peak performers. We were able to detect peak heart power, coherence, resonance during not just deep meditation, but breath work, hot cold plunges, and even while experiencing goosebumps, or while players were in a play state, being highly creative, physically active, or mentally concentrating in a focused flow state, but also while experiencing emotions and releasing and surrendering and letting go. We discovered that trying too hard with mental effort or willpower is just as counterproductive as pushing yourself too hard physically or overreaching without recovery. It turns out your performance and your value is not about how hard you work or how much time you spend on something or how much you stress and think about it. It's not even your time or your effort. It's about one thing: how much of your power and the quality of the life force energy you're allowing to flow through you. We discovered the magic and the power of allowing more with less resistance. We even included these metrics in our mobile app. Our users were able to unlock the truth about their power and their well-being and peak performance while actively engaged in their lives. Here's a sneak peek at our chart of biometrics and what we're measuring, what we've discovered, and what's on our roadmap. We're studying when energetic patterns cohere constructively or interfere destructively. We're looking at heart power in the frequency domain, coherence, resonance, harmonics, resilience, even the quality of your biophotons. We're looking for overflow states where your life force energy is replenishing faster than consuming. This leads to a flow state, more aliveness, positive emotions, and better life outcomes. What if we brought this to Whoop to give your users visibility into these metrics and even greater clarity with actionable insights in the moment? Not just a recovery score when you wake up after the fact, and not just predict how far you can reach today, but precisely measure your performance in the moment and what gave rise to your power, and include emotional and mental states. What if Whoop could show everyone what improves their performance and puts them in the sweet spot during the day in real time, including emotional and mental coherence? Think of all the applications that Whoop could be connected to and the impact of integrating emotional and mental well-being into daytime performance. Well, we're already doing this. We're integrating biometrics into Zoom, YouTube, and other social media plugins. We're mapping out the entire emotional spectrum energetically. Here is an emotional scale with momentum and energy levels mapped to their harmonics in the visible light spectrum. Here's why measuring human performance in real time is going to become increasingly important for everyone. In the emerging world of AI and robotics, a new measuring stick is going to be needed to measure performance and value besides time and effort. Because made by a human does not necessarily give it value, but made by a human with love, joy, or in a flow state, that does. And it's worth more than anything AI can ever deliver. A flow state is true you at peak performance. When you flow your true self, your heart rings true. It feels like liquid love, the sweet spot, perfect timing. It's the best feeling in the world, and everyone wants it. This is where athletes score the winning shot, and musicians write the next hit song, and authors write the next bestseller, and inventors create the next unicorn. Imagine Whoop Live showing real-time biometrics of Ronaldo scoring in a flow state, or Taylor Swift and her fans overflowing at a concert, or Steve Jobs and his team designing the Macintosh, or Whoop's creatives building these tools into your next release. These are just some of the ways in which we are empowering users to flow their best during the day with real-time biometric feedback, with actionable and gamified insights about their performance in the moment. As Alexi said, innovation is needed in order for Whoop to aspire to your potential and up-level all of your users. I happen to be one of your favorite customers. I absolutely love the Whoop app, and I've compared it to many other leading wearables on the market. I look at Whoop Coach every single morning, and it's amazing. But AI alone cannot unlock the secrets to your performance in a linear fashion. We're simply too complex and nonlinear. We would like to show Whoop how you could analyze your existing data and patterns in a new way and unlock this wisdom and unleash the power in your users. We could immediately bring empowering daytime metrics to expand Whoop's performance metrics and bring greater value to everyone who wants to improve their lives. We're looking for a partner who's ready for us to bring this wisdom and this value to your organization, your application, and your ecosystem. And Whoop is by far my first choice. So I sent this video to everyone I could find on the leadership team at Whoop. If one of you will write me back or call me, I'll fly out there to meet with you in a matter of days. It would be an honor to work with any one of you. And if you don't, my investors are gonna make me go to Apple or Google or Samsung or Garmin or Aura. And why? You are the leader. That's what I told them. So I invite you to double up on your performance dreams to be the leader in measuring human performance. As Will said, what's so exciting about 24/7 metrics and measuring power with wearable technology is the information that we have yet to discover. Well, we may not have all the answers, but we're trailblazers and we're very eager to discover more. So join us, or we'll join you, so together we can unleash the power of peak performance in everyone.